I'm back in Sanford today. It's been about a month and a half since the Edenville Dam broke and the Sanford berm over here gave way on that side of the dam. It's a hot one out here today. It's almost 100 degrees. You can see there's not been any cleanup over here on the dam behind me. That is up to Boise Hydro, the owners of the dam. And back here in the background, we have US 10, all 2 lanes open in each direction. I just want to give a big thanks to all my patrons, especially Linda and Nakati, and also thank you to all my new subscribers and the people that keep liking and sharing this video. It helps a ton, especially sharing this video. It's getting that out there in front of the entire world. There's a lot of people in Canada, in Australia, UK that are watching what's going on here in Sanford and Edenville. And with that being said, I want to announce a new giveaway that's going to help all parties involved. It's going to help me out, it's going to help you out, and it's going to help out the people in Sanford and Edenville. So what I'm going to do is for every 10,000 subscribers I get, so right now I'm at 20,000 subscribers, just past that milestone. So when I hit 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to donate $100 either to a business or a person, an individual in Sanford or Edenville. And how are you coming into play here? So my new subscribers, as well as my old subscribers, I'm gonna randomly pick one of you to pick who this money goes to, this $100. So even at 40,000 subscribers, that's another $100 that I'm gonna be donating. So by the time I get to 100,000 subscribers, another 80,000 subscribers from now, I will have donated $800 to either the residents or the businesses here in Sanford and Edenville. And if you're already watching these videos already and following along, just hit that subscribe button. It's pretty easy to do. This also helps out a great deal because the more subscribers you have on YouTube, they use this algorithm and they say that you're actually more popular, so they're gonna put your videos out there in front of more people. This gives me more influence on social media to be able to show what is happening here in Sanford and Edenville and actually tell the story of the infrastructure problems that are happening here and around the world. This dam breaking could have happened anywhere, could have happened in your backyard. So we need to get this topic out there so that the government officials are actually going to start focusing on this more. So that's all you have to do. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll pick someone when I get to 30,000 subscribers. It's going to be a random subscriber that I pick, and you will be the ones that get to choose if I donate $100 to an individual or a business, and actually pick those people that $100 goes to. So I'm going to turn around here now and you can kind of see the water level here. This is at an all-time low. I've never seen it this low. This bank drops off about 20 feet down. Dam over there is a lot lower as well. And the rapids, I'm sure, are going to be a lot bigger when I get out there and film with my drone video. Tree stumps are all sticking out. We have a massive bank over here on this side. I also wanted to mention, if anyone wants to send me anything, I'll pop up my P.O. box on the screen and you can send anything to that address. You see a lot of this erosion over here is still happening. Some people wanted some close-ups and me to slow down when I'm actually filming this. But this keeps caving in further and further. There's a lot of branches that were shoved over here from the flooding. Let's go ahead and walk to the end here and see how much erosion's happening on this, and a lot of even along this entrance to what used to be the power plant. Even the gravel is washing away. Some concrete underneath there, it's actually washing underneath it. Fence posts are falling over because that's all washed out. In this area, if you go back and compare This right here to my last update video in Sanford, this was not this bad as well. All the sand is just washing downhill. You can see a lot of it is ending up right there and then washing over by the power there. Another big crack here. I have a lot of interviews planned coming up, some with actually the businesses of Sanford, as well as some residents. Today we're going to be talking to Dan Dice. I'm also going to go over and check out the rail trail, see how the cleanup is going over there, and show some of the 4th of July celebrations that happened on the lake here in Sanford and Edenville. And in my last update video, I actually asked you guys what this big blue object was here. And I got a response back that I think is fairly correct, since multiple people actually said what this is. And it's actually the turbine that used to be over here in Sanford Dam. It's out here now. Not sure why it's out here, but you can actually see some of the fins on it. And that's where the water used to run through, actually turn that turbine and generate hydroelectric power. It's a VHS cassette tape. Looks like right here. Nothing inside of it. Actually looks like it was a rental. Yep. Hunterdon County Library System 2004. Not sure where that came from. New Jersey Legacy. There's a few people parked here in the park today. Looks like they're actually out here fishing. Let's go down here and see if the water level is any lower. I actually talked about this in my Edenville update video. The water table keeps dropping lower and lower, and a lot of people are actually losing water in their homes. Their wells are drying up because this water table is dropping, so they're actually having to dig deeper wells to supply fresh water for their houses. It's a portion of a dock sitting right there. It's been washed up. You couldn't even see any of this brush last time I was here. So that just goes to show how much more this water level has dropped. Still a spring or a pipe coming out of the ground here has water flowing from it. This area here is what's left of the emergency spillway. You can see as Sanford Lake started overflowing the spillway, it started cutting underneath this concrete, and they slowly fell apart, getting lower and lower into the ground until they just completely crumbled. This saved a lot of the downstream from having massive flooding though, as it slowly let the water out of Sanford Lake. And there's the bottom of that dam. That concrete right there is so broken up. Must have been from all the debris washing through here, hitting it. We'll be able to see that a lot easier on my drone. Be able to get a lot better video of that. A couple people over there fishing. And there used to be the canoe boat launch. A lot of those trees in the distance are still shoved over. There's quite a few of them that are actually still alive though. Leaves are coming back on them. A couple people over there in yellow. Looks like they're surveying the erosion that is happening there. This was shot just as the people surveying the erosion down by the waterfall were just finishing up. And I'm going to pan over here you can actually see what is left of the Sanford boat launch. So this area over to the left used to be the parking for the boat launch, and right straight ahead you can start to see some of the docks where you could moor your boat, tie it off right here, and the boat launch is right there on the left. This area straight ahead and over on the left is where the public beaches were. This was in the Sanford Park here, and all of this area was all public beach. You can see that area a little bit more where all that water's rushing through and where they're surveying it. Over here, this used to be the baseball fields. Not much has changed here since my last update video, besides there's a couple more weeds growing here. The stands are still sitting here. I'm sure there's a little bit more grass growing on that last baseball field. That looks like the only one that actually has a decent amount of grass growing on it, because here there's so much sand and silt on top of it. All we have is quack grass coming through and growing. Right up there is the sign that used to keep track of the innings as well as the score. Down in the downtown village portion of Sanford now is the chiropractic building, Lanny's Restaurant. I do have an interview coming up with them, and they're going to show us their rebuilding efforts. And over here on this side we have the pizza place. Pizza place still looks relatively the same as the last time. I'm going to go around back actually and see if the ovens are still back there or if they're going to be getting new ones in. Looks like they did get some order in here. Menards. These are just big concrete blocks. This is where the pizza ovens used to stand, underneath the ventilation hoods. And you can see where those cement blocks are going to be going to replace this. And get a little bit closer here. Look at this whole back wall. It's completely shifted out. That was probably from the water rushing in from the front, trying to get out the back. The Fiero is still sitting underneath this car cover here. Still underneath the Sanford sign. Got the hardware over there on that side. These guys over here working on fixing the last bit of that foundation on the corner. And up here on the corner we still have our auto sales. Looks like the water level in this hole has dropped quite significantly the last couple weeks. Still quite a bit in there though. At least now you can actually see the bottom of it. There's a little bit of concrete in there. It's actually quite a few tadpoles. Should be able to see the tadpoles swim away when I come down here. All these black dots are all little baby tadpoles. So at least the frogs have reclaimed this pond. This area where the slab sits used to be the Fieras Forever Museum. And then over here where this hole in the slab is, used to be Poochie's. It was kind of a pet store, pet groomer. Doesn't look like any work going on here on Saginaw Road yet. I see there's an excavator up there, so we'll see what's going on. Scrap is all still sitting over here from the baseball fields. And the rail trail is right there where that grass is. I'm gonna walk up here over the bridge, and then I'm gonna walk on the rail trail back and see what that looks like over there. The rail trail is actually a hiking and bike path that runs a long ways. I'll actually pop up a map of how far that rail trail runs, connecting quite a few cities. This is the deepest portion of Saginaw Road. Just a giant hole in the ground that is washed away. And then right up here you can see the asphalt has fallen in here. All of these trees right here on this side of the road used to be piled up all right along here. So they have went ahead and cleared all that brush off. Let's go over here to the side and see if there's still all that debris piled along the edge of this bridge. Yes. Still a lot of debris, branches, twigs, 2x6 laying there. Looks like the pallet that used to be up here has now fallen off, or someone went and shoved it off the bridge back into the water. And that is upstream of the Tittabawassee River, headed towards Edenville and the Sanford Dam. And over here on this side is the downstream portion. This is headed towards Midland. And this is the rail trail right over here. Still quite a few stumps and stuff shoved in it. I'm gonna go ahead, walk around over there, see what we can see from that side. It's actually a big deck sitting right here too, in this grass pile here. I'll go back over here by the museum. There's a giant hole that just started caving in here, but I know a lot of people like this land shark. So get a shot of that. And there is the train in the background. Museum over here in this direction. The Tittabawassee River up that way. This is the rail trail bridge. You can see the bridge for Saginaw Road that I just crossed. It's right over there. Downriver, a lot of trees that had the banks eroded, just toppled right in. This rail trail actually looks pretty cleaned off though. They put a big tree stump in the way. I don't think they want people crossing the rail trail right now. There's just so much stuff right here in this pile. You can see there's a propane tank, there's decking and docks, and I'm sure if you went and dug in there, you'd find a lot more stuff. I'm not gonna go over there though. That's probably not the safest thing to do. Some pool noodles, some more particle board, just more piles of stuff everywhere on this side of the rail trail. And then you go over here to the spot between Saginaw Road and the rail trail, and there's just more piles of stuff. 2x6s, particle board. Who knows what's piled up down in there. I see there's a picnic table right up there, standing upright. Looks like a small hot water heater. Or actually it's a propane tank, one of those stand-up propane tanks, large ones there. This is a large shed. There's a little boat down there underneath some brush. Another shed way out over there. Decking. This is just a whole pile of stuff laying right there. Looks like there's actually a power line going down in there. Right over here to the left used to be that area, that neighborhood where Sean Dunlop used to live. You can check my last video that I posted when I interviewed Sean Dunlop. You can kind of see what has happened to that neighborhood. The entire thing has just been leveled. Just over the side of the bank here, you can see there's two nice chairs that used to be sitting on someone's deck probably. Another fold-up chair there. Garden hose strung throughout those trees. Just over there, there's a giant blue dumpster. I'm guessing that actually used to be in the park. Now it's been tossed over there. Some more decking. Just all sorts of stuff. And right through there, that's the neighborhood I was talking about, where Sean Dunlop used to live. This bathhouse along the rail trail though actually did not see too much damage. Just a little bit up there on the roof. But for the most part, the foundation looks pretty good. This is up a little bit further on Saginaw Road, a little bit further away from the river. That used to be the chemical bank. And right in the middle is the big vault, still left standing. You can see it's just pretty much sand now. In this area here used to be the Railside Restaurant. Looks like they have stripped all the siding off, and on the inside have stripped it all back down to the studs. And then over here in this direction, you can actually see this Dollar General. The water level got right where that crease is. You can see the entire side of it has a crease about 2 foot up, and on this side it's about 3 to 4 feet up where that water level was. I'm gonna walk up here a little bit closer because I'm sure you can't really see it that far away with the GoPro. But right here, there's a crease. You can actually still see some of that water level was there and completely shoved in the side of this Dollar General. And here's the front of the Dollar General. Again, you can see how much mud, everything all over the windows. You actually see the water level right here on this window. Got about that high. That is right about 4 feet. And you really can't see anything in there, but it is stripped down to its studs. There's just nothing left in there. I just want to show how big of an effect losing the Sanford and Edenville Dam has on the places downriver. So this is Freeland. The city of Freeland is right here. I'll pop up a map so you know where I'm at. But this is the river level. I have never seen the river this low. You see the water is usually all the way up to here. Usually comes right to the edge of this dock. Even out there in the middle, it's probably just 1 to 2 feet. In the Sanford and Edenville dams throughout the summer, they would gradually kind of be a reservoir and release more and more water throughout the summer, especially at times right now when we're having a bit of a drought, and this water level would stay quite a bit higher than it is right now. I'm sure this is affecting even quite a bit of businesses that are relying on this water in this river, either for cooling or other purposes. All right, I'm here with Dan Dice, a resident here in Sanford. Dan, can you tell us how long you've lived here?
Well, I've owned the house for 7 years, and I got it on foreclosure. I had to work on it for a whole year before I could move into it.
Yeah. I know you were just renovating too, so can you talk about that, what your plans were and what happened from there?
Well, it was just about done. We finished up the porch here with all the stone and shiplap wood, and it was starting to look really good. She held up. This house did not hold up. My neighbors, and look what saved me. This tree saved me, saved my house. Look at this tree, is off the foundation. Hit this tree and saved my house. And I've been wanting to cut that tree down for years because it's over my house. I thought that tree was gonna wreck my house. The tax place is gone. Tony's house is gone. The old daycare.
Were you actually here when the dams broke, when Edenville Dam broke that day?
No, we were actually evacuated the day before to the in-laws' house.
So somebody we know?
The dam has broke. Please evacuate. The dam has broke. Water is coming fast.
Can you kind of show us around here, give us a little bit of a tour of what your house used to be here, and do you plan on rebuilding it?
So yeah, we're not allowed to rebuild. It's just gonna be too much money and time and everything. So if anything, we're gonna demo it and maybe have a garage here or something. Have something to be able to come to with a bunch of Chevelles.
Not Fieros?
No, Chevelles forever. But yeah, I mean, you can see the house is kind of collapsing in. It gets worse every time I come here. I don't really want to go inside, but you probably can look through the windows. The foundation's all It's all wrecked right here.
Yeah, I saw you were one of the first people back here with your Facebook Live video that you shot. Can you tell us a little bit about how that was coming back to your house the first time and seeing the amount of water in it?
It was devastating. You don't really know what you're walking into. I didn't think it was going to be that bad at all. Yeah, it's like a snow globe. The whole house was just shook and everything inside was tossed upside down. Water got pretty high. It got up there. You can see cracks up there. This is all wet. It got up to there. You see the line or in the plywood? It got up there. It got up pretty high, definitely. Oh, maybe that's the line it got up to. The dark black. When it gets dark black, that's where it stopped, I think. This is my house. I actually swam here. Yeah, my porch is gone. Brand new porch. Last year it wrecked. All the work I put on this house, put into this house, wrecked. We had auto owners, and I don't know how we got $750 for the contents of our fridge, but we did. The food, they said the fridge came unplugged and the contents of our food spoiled, so they gave us $750. So
that's
thanks.
Everything you got from flood. Did you have flood insurance or
no? We didn't have flood insurance. I'm gonna try to inventory what we can try to keep today. It's we're just doing a lot of cleaning and inventorying what we have and what we're gonna need. It's weird when you're put in this situation and you don't realize what you need at all till like the next day, and you gotta try to just do things and like, oh dang, my toothbrush. Oh dang, I don't have my hygiene supplies. Oh dang, I need this. Oh dang, I need some deodorant. You know, it's weird. This is my son's room. See the mud? The mud just is what made it so bad. There's mud everywhere and got in everything. So, and once you try scrubbing it and cleaning it, it doesn't come all the way off. It leaves stains. It's just sad looking at your kids' rooms just demolished like this. The mermaid tail stayed. My brand new grill. God, that was upside down. One thing that pisses me off is all my military stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up here out of the basement at least and put it right here. It'll be good. We've never got water this high before, and all of it's just soaked and wet. It's just wrecked. All my uniforms. Probably could get them dry cleaned or something maybe, but that's the dining room and kitchen there. You can see the drywall all fell off that, and it looks like the kitchen ceiling's gonna fall any moment. Yeah, but I really appreciate you taking the time and just telling my story, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Here at the end of the video, I did want to end on a happy note. These are just a couple photos that were sent to me that kind of show off the 4th of July spirit here in Sanford and Edenville. A lot of people joined together and celebrated with some fireworks as well as some fires all across the lake bed, and a few people were able to get rid of a few of the tree stumps that were in front of their houses. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.